Reporting from Edo State, Benin City, men are out, and with this one, they are out with soldiers. And this message also goes across to our governor, Enoregase Godwin Obaseki. Before we continue, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are watching me from or whenever you come across this video. I remain your humble favorite baby girl, Anointed Lady TV. I appreciate all my followers and my subscribers. Guys, please keep subscribing and keep sharing this video till it goes viral. Okay, we need to end this bad government and end SARS and every other thing. Okay, let's just keep watch, guys. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and leave your comment below. Thank you.
I have so many things I'll be telling us today. But before then, I want to quickly let all the peaceful protesters, those who travel so many kilometers to get to the point of protest, you can have your cars parked in a place that will be very far from the areas of the protests. I know a lot of us are wondering, what on earth will propel fellow citizens like us to attack us for demanding for what is right in a country? It is not the time for you to anchor yourself on a very deep issue like that. For a very long time, it is difficult for you to have any governor comes into power without having a confrontality body, the sponsor. So many of us, it seems we don't know about what I am saying right now. It is hard for you to find a governor of any state to come into power without having a confrontality body, the sponsor, 100% sponsor. I have been approached to be one of them, but I refused. The moment you become part of that confrontality body, job will not be your problem as a youth in this country. Even when you are not fit to be given a job, they place you on allowances, stipends, and remuneration, so that at any time they call you for any operation, they want you to do anything for them, you will want to passionately have all those things done for them. They send hardship in the country coax so many young men to be part of these things I'm talking about right now. Hardship in the country as well. So that's why you see them, when we are talking about bad governance, they are out there to protect the same bad people. Even the world shouldn't be surprised. The Lucifer you and I know has agents. For the fact that few certain people with insanity in the country are coming in to attack peaceful protesters does not mean that what the protesters are talking about, that they are not true. What we are demanding for is not in this country, and that is why we are demanding for it. The people you find out in the street, they are not gluttonous set of people. Because I have no reason to demand for food when I know I've eaten and I'm well fed. The people crying and yearning, agitating, advocating, they are people with empty stomach. They are hungry for a better country. The set of people that our government sponsor, our youth they sponsor to perpetrate evil, those youths are living well. They ride in the best cars. They don't have any reason why they should be part of what you and I are fighting for now. In short, they themselves, they are part of the government and they are not even happy with what we are doing. So they will do everything within their possible best to have us discouraged not to move on. The protest was never said to be a violent one. If you go through the way I am dressed and everything, you know that yes, I'm just out to continue to protest for betterment of my country, for the betterment of my country. I have nothing on me. It is an intelligent solicitation. It is an intelligent advocation. It's not the one you can muzzle. That our governments are afraid because they know we have got to know what is guiding protest. We know already what is guiding protest. And they know we have made up our minds never to go contrary to the modalities guiding protest. So they decided to send their own boys after us. They've made this country a country for certain people. They've made it a country for some certain people. And you and I know all around the world, no place should be made for some certain people. For as much other individuals are living in there and they are bona fide citizens of the same place, they have the right to be part of whatever progress, whatever benefit of the land. We are not going to relent. We are not giving up because we have nothing to go back on. It is better not to make any move forward in life than to make a wrong move. We cannot go back. Go back to do what? To continue with the same system we are saying is not favorable to everyone. To go back to an administration we know has come to lead us to. We are not going back. We have lived in fear in this country for so long. And fear is more dangerous than death. Let me recap. Fear is more dangerous. I have once lived in fear in my life. So when you see brave people, most of them were not brave from birth. So many were built up because of the situations they've been through in life. When I was the general officer commanding in the university of an anti-cult group, after some few months of my reign, some elite, the predecessors that have even been there, even before I came down to university, they came to see me. Excuse me. They came to see me. And what was their agenda? What was the reason for their coming? They came, they told me they will give me their 100% support for me to succeed. That I have to know that I have a lot of battles to fight in this university. I said, I know. I have all the co-fatality bodies to combat with. But I'm asking God for wisdom to lead everybody. I didn't see them as enemies. I have to see them as part of the people I have come to lead. Because they've been existing. So to handle things that have been existing, it needs diplomacy. That is why we have decided to go on with a peaceful protest. It's not by destroying things. We are never going to have them by destroying things. In short, it will make us suffer the more. They can choose not to do all those things again. They can choose not to build police stations again. It is you and I that will suffer it because as I speak, There are so many soldiers. There are so many policemen right in government house right now. So many soldiers, so many policemen. They are right in government house right now. Fully loaded to combat anything. Which one is at your doorstep? Which one is at mine? None. So please, having the public properties vandalized is not the best way. If we believe this is our country, if we believe we can be the leaders as we are yearning to be, we do not need to destroy public properties because they are properties. When this elite in Manowar came down to me in the university, we sat down, we talked. After it all, they stayed at 12 midnight. We left the Universal Hotel. They brought me down to the school, back to the same school. I happened to be the GOC. And they took me to a bush. They dug the ground. They opened the ground. The first time I saw ammunitions in large numbers. I've seen a gun before, but I've never come across where you have them stored with bullets. I marveled. They said I should calm down. That I have gotten the best opportunity of my life never to suffer again. That I've gotten the best opportunity to build myself strong. And I told them, what am I doing with these ammunitions? The people who engage us to do this work, these are not the ones given to us. So I can't operate with them because it is illegal. Even in this country, if you license a gun and you kill with another, when it is not the gun you license, you have a lot to answer. So these are not the ones. These were not the ones given to me. They said I should calm down. They sat me down and they began to give me orientation. I saw something with my eyes. They told me these things you see here were seized even from so many policemen who went out for robbery. That during their own time, policemen came after the rob, they came inside the campus. They went to the bush because the campus, there are a lot of thick bushes around, places that there are no structures. So they were there taking refuge at a time because the operation they carried out was a very horrible one. So both with the money and the guns were with them inside the bush. The Manowars got an information. They went there and they caught them, took over the guns from them, confirmed them to be policemen, took the same money from them, and they chased them away. They did not report the situation to the police. So as at that time, so many of our generals, they were living a very luxury life. So many people commit crimes and they run down to the university to take refuge. I am telling you what I know. I know of a soldier that was sent to Sambisa Forest who refused to go, but he came down to the university, to the campus, to take refuge. He told me the bitter experience other armies are going through right in Sambisa Forest. He said their leaders have hands in what is going on. So why would he go to fight a battle that he knows his same commander who is sending him down to go and fight is part of the people who are sponsoring the fight they're asking him to go and fight? That means he's definitely going to come and not, he's definitely going to go and never to come back. That is trained as a soldier to go to war and come back victorious, not to go to war and die. That even though it's necessary for him to die, it shouldn't be what he will see, the possibility first. Because every faith of every soldier is to go to war and come back. Then when you fall in a battle that you know you have successfully, you are sincerely been fighting, then you are justified. They told me that they want us to go into kidnapping business with these ammunitions. They took it that night. They brought it down to my barracks. The ammunitions were right in my room. They left and they told me they will call me to elaborate them more. I was looking at these things. First time in my life. I kept them because I wasn't afraid of anything. Nobody will come to invade my barracks. No police can come into the campus without my permission. No soldier can come in to operate without my permission. They must call me first. Before they come in, I should be the one to beckon on them. I only call them for backup, but they don't just have the right to bargain into the university to carry out any operations. That's why we dealt with a lot of soldiers and policemen who came for illegal duties inside the campus. We dealt with a lot of them. Yes, we dealt with a lot of them. Because as a general, I studied very well my authority. So I was using them appropriately. No one was able to intimidate me. Then at a time, when they called me, and they told me they will be sending me information of the first person I will want I and my boys to go kidnap. I told them I don't need the informations and I'm not interested if this is what you people want us to use this ammunition for. They said, what do you mean? I said, I don't want to be part of it. I have my right to make my decisions. You've chosen to go that path. I can choose not to go. I can choose not to go the same path with you. Fine. And they said, then what happened to things that I'll be giving to you? I said, as I speak to you, I went back and I dug them there. So whether they are still there or not, I don't know. But they were still in my custody. Then I faced the worst threat of my life. This man threatened to kill me. So many people did not know what I went through. A lot of hell. There was nobody to talk to. I don't even trust the police because as at the time I happened to be the general officer commanding, the DPO of the police station I was supposed to be reporting to told me, once you just identify somebody to be a cultist, bring the person down to the police station. Once he bails himself, you have your own percentage. Just if you identify him to be a cultist, not that he commits any crime. I looked at it. I left his office and I said, God forbid, I will never do such a thing. There are thousands out there who are already cultists. So because I identified them as cultists, I will just bring them to you when they are not committing any crime. So I looked around. Is this such DPO I will go to tell her I'm in possession of ammunitions? The same DPO, when the Funanis came to attack us inside the university, they came in with their cattle. They attacked one of my boys and we were able to vanquish them. We took their stabbing knife and they ran away. The one of my boy angrily stabbed one of the cows. Instantly, the cow died. I was outside the campus. My boys called me. They told me, sir, it's going to be a lot of jubilation tonight. I said, what jubilation? They said they killed one cow of one Fulani man who came to attack them. I said, nobody should cut even a hair from that cow. I'm coming. I got to the school. I saw the cow. The students, they all gathered. They were all happy, jubilating that they have a lot of meat to eat today. And I talked to them. I said, there are a lot of these things going on right now. the Fulani elsewhere might come back to attack us. And a lot of innocent students are going to die in this campus. Because they have people that they are, looking after these things for. I called the DPO. Look at the situation on ground. He sent his men. We took the cow in their helos. They said, which of my boy? I brought out my boy. We got to the station. We reported how everything happened. The DPO said, my boy has killed a cow. Do I know the word of cow? Cow is like a life. It must go into the cell. My boy looked at me. I told him, calm down. You are a warrior. You have a lot to go through. They took him down to the counter. From the counter, they threw him into the cell. And I asked the DPO what's next. They said they should go. They need to investigate. I said, okay. After 2 days, I didn't hear from them. I went to the DPO and I said, DPO, let us look for these people who owns this cow. That's why I came to report. So that we will get to meet with these Fulani men and settle with them. So that they can come inside the school to attack the innocent students. And number two, we have a paper we have served all the cattle rearers never to bring their cattle inside the campus. I went to the school management. They gave me the paper, the document, and I took the document down to the station. He said, okay, they will look for the people. After a day, he called me. He said the people said we should bring 150,000 for the cow we killed. I said, okay, no problem. We will do, and we swear we are also going to charge them because they violated the same paper they've signed before. We've reached an agreement for that they can never come inside the campus with their cattle. So they've edged in that area. We're also going to charge them, but there's no problem. We'll pay them for the cow, for the now. Let there be peace. Because I don't want any further attack on the students. I went to the station. He said, where is the money? I said, DPO, let me see the owner of the cow I'm paying to. He said, what is wrong with me? Are you mad? I have told you they said you should bring 150. So if you to bring 150, let me release your boy. I told him, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. If I don't see the owner of the cow, I am not paying, because I'm not just only paying. I also want to make, to settle with them. Let us reach a peaceful ground of settlement to make sure that there will be no further attacks on anyone. He said, I don't know what I'm saying, that I should get out from his office. I left. I went to the school management. I met with the rector, and I told the rector I want to lead the protest down to the police station. The rector said, that is the right approach. But let me call the DPO and let him to be aware of what you have decided to do. I know he knows the implication. He called the DPO, told them the general officer commanding is leading protest down to your station for you to release his boy. He said, why we need do such a thing? That we are trying to resolve the matter. Even as we speak, I've already ordered my man to release his boy because he has stayed there for about 4 days. He changed mouth immediately. And before I even got to the barracks, my boy was already right in the barracks. They brought him down with their in-laws. You see the country we live in. This NDPO called me a cultist because before, right from the very time I happened to be general officer commanding force in history, I held it for 2 years, while others hold it for only 1 year. I started holding that office right from my HND1 down to my final year. I did not report any cultists. I did not arrest any cultists inside the campus and take to them. Why will I arrest people I have already signed some memorandum of understanding with? I met with all the hitmen and we talked to ourselves. We reached a common ground. We are here for education. Let us cool and go. Yes, we have belonged to one family or the other. Let us use it to help ourselves in another area, not fighting ourselves. Because if we begin to fight, there's riot in the school. The government will shut down the school and we will all go home. A course of 4 years, you will end up studying for about 8 years. It is retrogression. And if we are also caught with any crime here and send this message to our parents and they got to know you happen to be a cultist, they won't be happy with you. Will the sake of fatality give you a certificate that you can boldly take to your parents to tell your parents, this is what I've achieved? After I addressed this man, they said, we are going to work with you. And really, we all work together. There was no problem. Is that same people you are expecting me to be bringing to your station all the time? For you to arrest and give me more and give me some percentage from it? I suffered in the hands of the DPO. In one rally we went to in Enugu. When I was still in Enugu, I went for a rally with my boys. That rally turned to something else. Students were slaughtered. Immediately he heard the GOC went for the same rally, but I wasn't part of the problem. He sent for me, he called me, I went. Immediately I got, he said they should lock me up. I said, lock me up for what? Yeah, he said you are the first person we have got to identify to be part of the rally. I said, yes, I went for the rally, but I'm not part of the pandemonium. He said, make I talk that one. I was locked up for 3 days by the same DPO. I suffered. I went through a lot because I don't want to, adhere to his corrupt practice. I should be bringing boys to you, students to you, for you to victimize them. They will not pay themselves with 50,000. You will give me how much? When I leave the school, am I not still going to meet the same men? And today, really, I'm out of school. Even in Uyoye, I've seen so many people who went to the same university with. Imagine if I had been foolish to have listened to such an evil man. My life will be in danger forever. Because these guys will not be happy with me. They didn't commit any crime. If they've chosen to be cultists, no problem. It is what they want to be. Provided I don't find them killing. I don't find them fighting. I don't find them oppressing anybody. Why should I just go and just arrest somebody, adject him to your station because I will come and tell you he's a member of Eye? Madness. So I couldn't take such ammunitions to the same station. I was all alone in it. My life was in a great danger. Family, friends, no one was aware. The wife I'm married today, it got to a time I told her, stop coming to see me. She was crying. She said, what? Have you found someone else? I said, no, just stay away from me now. I have ADCs. I told them, don't guide me anymore. Let me go alone. I took those ammunitions, and I went to dig them myself. During the time of recruit, I took my boys to an area to dig a very deep hole that we were going to use it for training. We actually used it for training, and after training, when they left, I buried those things, I covered it a little. The next morning, I took them there to feed it up. To feed it up. In the same campus today, I can still take us right there, where these ammunitions are. And this man said, for as much I cannot return those ammunitions, I should consider myself a dead man. Most times I'll be going for lectures. I try hard to see I can look around, so I will not be hit down. And I also make them understand that if they are not careful, I will go to report them to the government. But I don't want it to go to that extent. So they shouldn't call me for this matter anymore. They said I should be saying my own, but I should be waiting for how they will attack me. I went to God on my knees. Sometimes I don't sleep. I will be inside. One day I received a call. They said, the thing said you get ahead, come out for your barrack. I have lived in fear for so long. I was tormented. I saw fear. I saw death. Death will come, sit down with me in my room. Because I know the people I was dealing with. They were deadly people. I lived in fear. That was when I knew that death is far much better than fear. It got to a time I said, no. Let me wait for the death itself. Fear, you hold on. I stopped it. The very day they came out and they asked me to come out, they called me on phone. If I have 10 years, I should come out from my barracks, they will waste me immediately. I did not blast whistle. I opened the door of my barracks. I opened the gate. I came outside. I was waiting to receive the amount of bullet they want to shoot. Let me go. Let me just go. Because I faced it enough. The bastards were not around. And I went back inside. It was even after I got inside, I got to realize myself that what have I just done? Because the fear pushed me to that level. That's why right now, fear is nothing. Our government have young boys they are sponsoring. Our government have confraternity bodies they sponsor by their own selves. And these boys are well taken care of. So these are the same people attacking the peaceful protest today. I want to use this medium quickly to talk to His Excellency Godwin Ogegase Obaseki. But before then, I want to tell you all why I decided not to be a kidnapper in this country. Today, I've been able to fight on my own. To some extent, I'm a bit, let me not say a bit, I am successful. I don't need to have the best cars in the world or houses before I will get to know I am succeeding. I'm a successful man because I wake up every morning to do things I have passions for. I'm happy. So I'm a free man. So I'm a successful man. I'm a wealthy man. I decided not to be. Because they said they are going to be sending me informations of people that did not offend me, that did not do anything to me, all just because they know they can get a ransom of 20 million naira from the person. I will just go to kidnap the person. That's why anywhere I live, like I told you people, I stay in the village. I stay in the village. Anywhere I live in this Nigeria is village. Except I have 1 or 2 assignments to do in town. I can go to the town, I go back to the village. The hotel I lodged after the protest in Asaba, you people saw it. It was down the village. There were other ones in the town, but I went to the village to lodge because I understand village system very well. Now that God is helping me, I am not afraid of such things will happen to me. Whether someone will come to kidnap me, whether someone will come to attack me. To attack me for what? I have not attacked anyone with guns. I have not killed. It doesn't make you a strong man. I had the same opportunity not to even go and buy guns. Guns were given to me. These are now your properties. Control it. Life was tough for me in school then. I would have even chosen to be renting them out. It's not like those wisdom were not there. The wisdom was there. But because I got to know that such thing is a taunt to humanity, I did not do it. That is why it is my center of my boldness today. The center of my boldness, if anything happens right now, I know those behind will be the one that will be regretting or crying or be in pains. But for me, it is a fulfilled life. Yes. I believe in a fulfilled life. Yes. A life that I know, no matter what happens today, God is on my side. I have never patronized anything that I know that is unlawful or against human. No. No. I've never. As a young man, I have not raped in my life. As a young man, I've not stolen from anybody. My phones have been stolen many times, but I've seen many people's phones and I take it down to them. They give me money. I don't collect money. I worked with Indomie for so many years. When the manager I was serving died, the members did not come from Ibadan to come to collect all his properties. All of them were under my own control, both his cars and the trucks. I was calling on the families. No one came. In short, it took me 6 months to look for the numbers of the families. The families don't know me. At least it was a good time for me to have sold those things and go and use them for myself. But don't I have a car today? I got my car not through stealing, not through selling another person's property to convert them to be my own. With the little work I am doing, and having a car doesn't mean I'm a successful person. I have my car for mobility. And that's why getting a car, I didn't go after flashing cars. I just got a car that can take me to where I'm going and take me back home. That's all. I've got to know the kind of country I am. And I've decided to live a life that I will be happy all along of my life. I don't boast with what I don't have. I don't fake my life. This is just me. I've not come out on social media. I've not called anybody I've got to know to beg. Not because I have it too much. I am always contented with what I have. Contentment is what I have. I have not taken an advantage of the public. Because I have a lot of followers, let me frame up something that will make you ought to, send money into my account. Not that I'm not smart. It's not like I don't have imagined things like that, but I can't do it. Because I am contented with what I have. Some people who even come to the public to collect money for so many people in the public, they even have money more than the public. But because of covetousness, because of insatiability, because they want to acquire everything in the world, they will still present themselves as people who do not have. I have been approached thousands of times to have a foundation. As a which foundation? How much do I have to take care of people? And he said, it's not you that need to be spending the money. People will be sending money. Through that, you will be getting your answer. If that is the foundation, no, to hell with it. That's not help. It's not an NGO. When you need to depend on living by helping poor people, it's not the right way, my people. Things of the world have driven a lot of us so crazy. We do these things we are not even ashamed of. We are not even ashamed of ourselves. Now, let me now address His Excellency Godwin Ogagase Obaseki. I told us during the time of campaign that I was never called to government house. I've never been to government house. The only time I went to government house is just to see the setup. And I was happy to meet young people now working in offices of so many vacant offices. People were just sitting on top of those salaries. People who died out of offices, but they refused to put in new people, and people are looking for jobs in the States. So when I saw that, I was happy. That was the only thing I went to the government house for. I didn't go to see His Excellency Godwin Obaseki. I did not even go to see his SSA. During the election, during the campaign, I did not go to see him. Even after now this election, I did not go. I know thousands of people supported him that are really, flooding into the government house. I know them. It is even now, and I got to know that so many people were out to also support for their own selfish reasons. Let's call a spade a spade. People like that can never come out now to talk anything about this administration when things are going wrong. But I'm not that kind of supporter. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. My life would have been much better than this if I've decided to be supporting evil. But I don't see it as a better life. So do what you yourself know is not right to be better. No. You are endangering yourself. You are putting yourself in an eternal bondage. I live my life every day. I don't steal before I can eat. I don't lie to people before I can eat. I don't deceive before I can eat. I work with my hands to eat. And that is why I can come out any day, anytime to speak things the way they are. All I keep praying to God for is, you have given me good earth. Let this good earth continue. Once it continues, I must be able to handle my responsibilities. No matter how tough this country gets. So. If the government are so interested, they should come. We can go and get those ammunitions out. This is a true life story. So people who are going ahead killing people because you have access to guns and you feel you are now on top of the world, that doesn't make you a strong man. After I passed through that situation, that was when I knew that, yes, I'm truly a strong man. Because I had the opportunity to have used the guns to go and be harassing people, to rob people. I did not. I resisted the temptation. I resisted it. I resisted it. Because these people who brought these guns, they gave me a beautiful offer, which actually, if we are ventured into, money will be there. But money doesn't explain success. So His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, I personally supported you because I strongly believe you are a credible leader. I want to appeal to you. And as well, I want you to exonerate yourself from the present attacks on our peaceful protesters in Edo State, to the burning down of our police stations, and down to the prison break. I would like you to address the entire society that you are not part of it. That you are not part of the so bad leaders we know. Usually come into power to recruit boys to perpetrate evil in the state. We don't want to see you as such. We are wise and we are fighting with intelligence. If we find you not worthy, we will not go after attacking anything. We only demand you resign. At this point in time, you cannot take directives from the federal. The federal has failed completely. And it is a total failure for you to get directives from a failed system. We are demanding you put an end to the curfew within an immediate alacrity. We, the peaceful protesters, we demand to be in the streets until we get what we want. We don't want to be off the streets. Because we know it is only when we raise our voice we will be heard. Right from the inception of this protest, you promised the peaceful protesters absolute security. Even after the promise, subsequent attack has been made on the peaceful protesters. Police have been burnt down. Police stations have been burnt down. People are coming in with their cars to, do a kind of stunt on the road. The people who are the truthful protesters, they don't even have bicycles. And we that understands very well that we are out to do the right thing, we that even have mobility, like myself, look at where I came to park my own. Look at it. And I'm advising other protesters, please, if you must drive down to the place of the protest, because your place might be too far from there, park your car far off. After the protest, you can take a vehicle to go and get your car. Don't be driving your car inside the crowd. We are supposed to be marching with our foot, not with our cars. The only thing we might need to have is just ambulance, should in case anyone slumped. Because we know even people with health challenge, they are all part of this protest. We've seen a lot of asthmatic patients, they faint. We have to try to revive them. They know their health don't need what they are doing, but they have to do it. They are sacrificing their lives. People who are on wheelchairs, they are out on the streets. So His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, you have to fulfill your promise by attaching to us, the peaceful protesters, securities. We just only want to remain in the streets and continue crying. Nothing else. Nothing else. So that's why we want you to bring in your police to surround us. Should the case any sponsored hoodlums want to come attack us, they will combat with them. The only weapon we have is just to remain on the streets. We will go to work, we will retire back to the streets. Because we know there are numbers of days we will stay out on the streets. Even the entire world will begin to demand that our needs be met. You people know that. You people know that. So His Excellency Governor Obaseki, I'm addressing you with a total humility because I know you to be a responsible leader. Don't take any directives from the federal. The people, we are crying right now, our voice is louder than that of the president. Our voices are louder and more stronger, more authoritative than that of President Muhammadu Buhari. So you listen to us now and shun President Muhammadu Buhari. It is not your fault, sir. It is not your fault. So no one will hold you liable for anything because you have to call an end to the curfew. No, with the citizens, we are the ones demanding for it. And we have right to demand for anything. We need movement in Edo State to remain on the streets. Then provide us with securities. Instead of you people providing the peaceful protesters with securities, if you go to government house right now, around all the states, even at Surok, they've reinforced. Why are you reinforcing? Is government house a battlefield? Is it a battleground? Is Surok a battleground? Why are you taking all the policemen, all the soldiers who are supposed to be protecting the peaceful protesters to guide you alone? Why? You guys are terrorists. You guys are terrorists. And I want to appeal to the Nigerian army. I want to appeal To all the security agencies in the country, this fight is for all of us. Like I told you, I know of a man who came to take refuge inside the campus when I was a general officer commanding of an anti-cult group because he doesn't want to go to Zambisa forest. Why? Your leaders were sending you people there to kill you. You people confirmed it. So many of you attacked your commanders. So there is a clear truth about what I'm saying. And so many evidence to substantiate. You people are suffering the same thing. Your commander should be the one holding guns to confront us. You people should be part of the crowd. Submit their guns to them. You people should come. Because your salaries, they are not encouraging. Your allowances, not encouraging. The way you guys are taken care of is not encouraging. Any employer must be stupid to employ an employee, and you are paying an employee what you yourself know is not good enough to take care of the basic amenities or responsibility of the employee. You are putting yourself in danger because that employee is going to find a way to be looting from your office to sustain himself or herself. Before you employ anybody, you should be able to understand the situation of this country. Organize your company in such a way that you should be able to pay a kind of salary that can take care of people's responsibilities. How can you, as someone employed for a whole month, to work for you at the end, the person receive a pay that cannot take care of responsibility of 2 weeks? When the person becomes unfaithful, you start complaining they are not faithful people. How can they be faithful people in the midst of hunger? If the world is not sweet, why don't you go and hang yourself and die? If the world is not sweet, why are you people protecting yourselves? The government should, with immediate effect, withdraw all security agencies attached to every personnel in this country. Even to all the governors. The police should be out on the street to protect the peaceful protesters. Nobody is going to attack governors. Even with the peaceful protesters. We are only going to, in the time we take over, go through your operations. If your operations are full of malpractices, then we are also going to deal with them constitutionally. Yes, constitutionally. We don't have intentions to go shoot anybody, kill anybody. No. We are going to make sure that we have everything done with the right procedure. That is why we are not happy with the police brutality. To any crime committed, there is a procedure to have such crime attended to, investigated, treated. I've seen in situations you call a policeman to come and arrest somebody because the complaint the person is a thief. You as a police, you just came to arrest somebody. You have not made out any investigations. Because you were given little money to come down to the place to arrest the person, you start slapping the person. Thief, criminal, enter the motor, enter the motor. Madness! You are insane! When we continue to use our voice to cry for the freedom of this country, the only way you can have me stop talking is to have your knife to my throat. If you have it here, you don't cut it, I will keep talking. The only way I stop talking is where you take it off. Only fools still recognizes or attach so much relevance to you people. There is nothing too relevant about being a governor. There is nothing too relevant being a president. We also demand that all our leaders should have their children repatriated back to this country. So many times we have experienced Repatriation from so many foreign countries. How many president children have been recorded among the people repatriated? How many senators' children have been reported part of every repatriation? How many of them? Many of our people have been burnt, many have been brutalized in so many foreign countries. How many of our presidents, how many of our governors, how many of our senators' children, how many of the leaders representing us in public offices' children are part of all these sufferings? How many? How many? Let us have the statistics. How many? How many of our children, the children of the presidents, how many children of the governors, both present and past, have invented things that have actually come to grow our economy? How many? How many? What situation has he helped in this country? That the president's son goes to Oxford University. Senators shouldn't go to Oxford University. What help has it been to this country? We have gained nothing from it. It is a wasted investment. Poor men children who are so intelligent, who have been gifted with a lot of intellectual abilities, who we have seen in their own little capacity, even in an environment we know there is not an enablement. But these same children have been able to invent things that have marveled the entire society. How many of the children have been taken out of this country to see to it that they become so strong and become a professional in the things of inventions? But for us to have our governor's children go overseas to study in the best schools so far and with the pay, see, they pay outrageously to have their children in those countries and in those universities, but yet nothing they've invented. To me, it is a wasted investment. In short, all our leaders need to come out and begin. They need to give us the account statement of how much they've lavished on their children to school outside this country. Because their studies outside this country has been of no help to this country. No growth has come to this country. They need to repay us for the money they spent on their children outside this country. They are owing us deeply. If you are a president, if you are a governor, you don't own anything. You don't own anything. The time shall tell, and the time is now. We are not relenting. So my people, I need to join the people. I am part of those who are supposed to stay outside the crowd for us to monitor activities. So that even when hoodlums come, we'll be able to identify them and have it to the world. What our bad politicians have chosen to do. Both the federal and the states, you people have a lot to explain to us. So His Excellency Governor Obaseki, with an immediate effect, you have to bring an end to the curfew. We don't want to make it in such a way we are disobeying you. The curfew is not important right now. The senators are not discussing that we should all retire back home so that they will see how they can, begin to discuss on how to meet our demands. That doesn't make any sense to any reasonable person. What are the fundamental ways of implementations of these things we are demanding for that you are saying you will give to us? Who's telling you to give us? Tell us how you people are going to implement these things, and we want to be part of the implementations. You cannot begin to give contracts to people you know will later come back to settle you. Every implementation should have representative even from the youths of this country. From so many institutions of this country. Show us the way, the systematic way you people want to make these things to be implemented before we leave the street. Don't just tell us, you people, we should give you time to begin to deliberate about what. What are you deliberating on? Who is asking you to deliberate? If you people don't know the technical know-how to solve these things, we know. We know. Just make resources available, we will have all these things on ground. So we don't need anything to be deliberated on. This is a matter of deliberation. It is a matter of, let us start the implementation immediately. If you don't know the technical know-how, we know. So you people have nothing to discuss about. Show us the possible ways all these things will be achieved and implemented, then we will leave the streets. The soldiers, if they've sent you guys to us, you people should know and make sure you have a lot of ammunition to finish all of us. We used to run before. Many of us used to run, but we have decided not to run anymore. So that if you are leveling everybody, you're going to level everybody. Thank God for live video will be live all through, so that even while you are leveling everybody, even down to the person holding the camera, everybody will see it. So just know they are not sending you to just shoot one, shoot two, the rest will now run. We are no longer run. If you shoot one, you shoot two, you will shoot all. You should be ready. We are not with guns. We are not with stabbing knives. In our protests, we don't have combating with any security agencies are part of our agendas. If you people come, we are going to answer up our hands. If you are killing us, just be killing. But our ends are going to be up to show that we are not out to attack. We are only out on the streets. Before we leave. In short, let the implementations even start before we leave. Like I said, if people are so dumb, if you are so dull, you don't know how to do these things, we know how to do them. So there's nothing to deliberate on. Just demand right now for us to bring out youth that will be there to implement all these things. We will give to you from this crowd. From the crowd, the people you are seeing on the crowd, they are not miscreants. We are not touts. From the crowd, we begin to send people. If in engineering sector, in whatever sector, we will bring out people, the youths, that will have all these things implemented. Just make resources available to them. So no need to deliberate. So may God bless you all. To our brothers who are crying, for those that have been killed, I want to thank you all for your concern. We are one. We ask that soul rest in perfect peace. They are great warriors. They've made a great history. We are going to have them in history forever. There's no amount of compensation we can actually give that will be commensurable to the sacrifice they've paid. There's no amount of respect we are going to give or accord to the departed that will be commensurable to the sacrifice they've paid. You guys have paid a sacrifice one cannot pay for. May God Almighty bless you all. We are not feeling too sorry because myself, today might be my own end. So I'm not feeling too sorry. Maybe if I don't go today, I might go tomorrow. Because for as much the protest is on, I must be outside. So probably we'll be joining you guys very soon. We'll be joining you people very soon. I must encourage our loved ones to be strong. Be strong. We only assure you people that we will never do it out of violence. We assure you to maintain the peace, to maintain our sanity. Just know if we go, we were killed innocently. We were killed as innocent people. Sorry. They chose to just kill us because we refuse to leave the streets. We are not going to be killed because we are combating with them. We are not going to be killed because we are burning down public properties. We are not going to be killed because we are attacking them. No, we are not attacking. We just want to be out on the street, remain on the street until we see the systematic paperwork on how to implement what we are demanding for. All the children of all our representatives in power, they should all come back to this country, both past and the present. They should all come. They should all come back to this country. It is what we are demanding for. So don't cry too hard. Be strong. Prepare yourself. Because if you are not strong, you are going to be crying every minute. Because every minute, if they've made all their mind, are going to be die one after the other. Don't be surprised after today. Because we have concluded that once they start shooting, we will not run again. If one drops down, we will just wait for everybody to go. So we have taken the decision. So don't cry that much. If you don't see Sifas, no about to do live video for you tomorrow. We pray Almighty God receives our souls. We will maintain the peace. This is the only assurance I'm giving to the world. So that when anything happens to us, let it be recorded that things happen to us as harmless citizens. As harmless citizens. Remain blessed. And be strong. For those of you who are outside this country, please, don't just individually start coming to this country. I know most of you, your bloods, they hurt too. Please, don't just come on your own like that. If you people must choose to come, reach a consensus to come in mass. Not just because you see the things is hot now, it's paining you guys. I know they are dropping us down one after the other. You just run and enter. No, please. You have left the country for so many years now. You don't know how things work here. We are not biased that you people cannot come. No, don't come. You people should be doing your own demonstration right there. But if it is necessary for you guys to come back home, please make an arrangement with the international countries to bring all of you once. All of you once. We don't want one person to be coming. Please, 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 because you people are the one that will be there to continue to tell the stories. Because there's every possibility we all here might die. So please, they cannot wipe us out completely. If they succeed wiping all of us in Nigeria here, you guys over there should remain to continue from where we've stopped. Please, you people should make out strong strategies on how to win this fight. Please, please, don't even let anyone talk into it to tell you, hey, you are talking from overseas, you should come home. No. We understand the home. You don't anymore. So please, it is your country. Continue to fight the best way you can. But don't allow the anger push you to buy ticket and come home. Please, I'm begging you all in the name of God. I know the same way we are not afraid to die, you guys are not afraid. But we all cannot die completely. Because whether these people like it or not, there must be a time they all will be vanquished completely. They must be vanquished completely. So remain blessed. Let me join my brothers all over the states. Please, you all shouldn't be in the crowd. Set certain people aside. Like us today, we're having so many of our dogs around us. And we're going to be far away from the protest ground. While others are inside, we'll be watching what is going on. So it should be like that everywhere. Even though the policemen are there, don't leave the work for them. Security work is for everybody. It's for everybody. So thank you all. Thank you all for your support. So I am set to move my people. I have to quickly tell us this one. This one is not just a normal broadcast. This very particular one, you need to share it immediately. This will guide the protest as long as we want it. Immediately you come across this video, begin to share. Because right where I am going to have the protest today, there's no way I can reach out to everybody in Nigeria. I can only reach out to those right within the locality where we want to protest today. So we just changed the venue now. So I have to get back in my car to begin to go down there. Pass this one immediately. When I was the general officer commanding, I was working directly with the Nigerian Army. I was reporting to 82 Division in Enugu. I worked with many GOCs and I have a lot of soldiers, friends and brothers through there. For real. Now, I've been talking with them. I have got to know now that They are in support of what we are doing. So many young youth in Nigeria Army are in support of what we are doing. So many young youth in police, they are part of what we are doing. But they cannot just come out now. There is a stage it gets to, they themselves will turn against the same leader and be with us. They are with us. Now I want to pass this simple information and instructions they gave to me. Now our Nigeria politicians and leaders are going to send armies against us. Now the armies that they are going to send against us, there is no commander that we give an order to any soldiers to just see people protesting peacefully to begin to shoot them. No. They will come, they're going to stage in a particular place. Probably they might block the road that we cannot exceed this place. We shouldn't approach all the soldiers. Because every soldier is afraid that you don't disarm them. Because when you disarm a soldier, they will kill the soldier. So it will become a threat when the whole crowd move towards the soldiers. So what you do is when we approach, some miles away, we stop. One person can go to talk with the soldiers. And when the soldier sees that we have got to where they are, we did not come any more closer. We remain where we are. We continue to gyrate. We stay where we are. They might even come, begin to flog us with koboko to go back home. Don't attack them back. Don't attack them back. Because they have to, in the first place, prove their humility and loyalty to what they said they should do. You should understand this. You should understand this. They might flog you. Don't show to the soldier that you want to attack him back. If a soldier starts flogging you, koboko, just lie down. Lie down. If they surround us, lie down. Tell them we are not going home. We are not going anywhere. So no one should go ahead trying to combat with them. No. This is the secret. Like that, we can continue to remain on the street, even with the soldiers. Everybody will be there. It gets to a time, they themselves will be part of it. It has started already. So please, this is an information I'm passing to you all. I have talked with more than hundreds of soldiers, young youth in military. They are in support of what we are doing. So don't go to attack them. And again, anyone can choose to be on military uniform. Like the talks I talk about that our own politicians are sponsoring. Our politicians, they know how the military also operates. They cannot just tell them to start shooting anyhow. So they're going to send their own talks on army uniforms. And if, that's why I said some people need to be out of the protest crowd. If any army just come in and begin to combat and engage you people immediately, they are not true Nigerian armies. Then in such case, we have to see how we can vanquish such people. We shouldn't run. But the true army that would be officially sent to come to tell us to go back home, they will never shoot at us if we don't show sign of combating with them. If we don't show sign of disarming them. So the peaceful protesters have just called the leader today, and the leader is already giving them the orientation. So I'll be driving towards the location right now. So share this broadcast. It's not just a normal broadcast. Share it. This is the secret. The soldiers are with us, but the only way we can turn them to be against us is when we allow anyone among us to begin to go and fight them. And anyone that even want to go and combat with any military sent to come down to stop our protest, we should stop those people not to, combat with the soldiers. The soldiers are not against what we are doing. We have thousands of youth. The generals are not the youth. The youth are not in support of what is going on in this country. They themselves are tired. So they are part of the protest. But they cannot just come out all of a sudden. So there is a way it will get to. They themselves want to see clearly that the politicians are actually sending hoodlums to us to attack us. Then they themselves will now begin to fire those people. So I'm just giving us a very strong secret. This is directly from the Nigeria Army youth. The youth in Nigeria Army. I just got this information now. I got the information right now. None of them sent to us. We just start firing us. And we shouldn't make any sign of combating with them. Anyone in the class shouldn't go and try to muzzle with them to show that they can disarm a soldier. No. No matter how a soldier is, whether big or small, if he comes, start flogging you, go home. Just lie down. Or no, they go house. If this country not better for good, I no go house. If you lie down for her, he doesn't say, you know what combat with her, you know what challenge her, he go leave you. That is the only way the armies operate. But the reason why a lot of us have been having issues with them is because we don't understand this thing. So I am telling you how it works. Don't engage any policeman sent down to enhance a peaceful protest or to stop us. Just lie down when they have surrendered you. Lie down. Don't start pushing towards them. No. If you are pushing towards them, it is an attack. And they'll begin to fire at us. So this is what it is. The curfew thing will not work. Even though they sent Python dance crocodile, it will not work. Crocodile will not just come. Operation Crocodile will not just come and start firing at us. So we shouldn't combat with them. Many of them, they come out on that duty with good minds for us. So no matter how small a soldier is, no matter how big they are, don't combat with them. Send this message across to everybody, to all the states. Don't combat with soldiers officially released to stop the protest. They themselves cannot stop the protest. They can't drive you home. If they get to where you are, if they are the one who come to approach you, begin to flog you, just lie down. Lie down. Just lie down. Don't show sign of attacking that person. For as well as a military personnel. But those ones who just come and begin to fire at the crowd, those ones are not the military people. And the military young men are ready to help us to combat with those people. So get this immediately. I am off already. I've spent enough time here. Let me join the people.